Welcome to Blue Pen Land here. This is a power function. So we've got y equals some coefficient a x to the n, right? Okay, and we got to figure out what a and n are. Okay. Now, if we take the log of both sides, we'll of course get log y equals, and then because of the way exponents work, right? A is multiplied by n, so we can add those to each other, right? And then the natural log of x to the n is n log x. This is, we do this. This is why we have logarithms, is to do stuff like this, right? Okay, so if I graph this thing, I'm going to get this nice graph, and it's going to have a slope. The slope of that thing, the slope of this is going to be our coefficient n, and then this y-intercept, whatever it is the log of a. So let me just show you how to do this with a sample set of data, okay? To derive what a and n are. Whoops. Here we go. All right, so this is our sample set of data here. I just generated this. This is not real data. And we want to ultimately fill in what a and n are, okay? So what I'm going to do is over here, and do it a few steps away here, because you're going to need this cell here, this row here, for our linearization. So I'm going to go log x, and all I'm doing is just labeling here. I'm just typing words. They don't have any meaning. They don't have any functionality in the spreadsheet. So log x, log y, I just type that so we keep track of what's there. Then click in this cell. We want to make a formula. So type equals, and then type log left parenthesis. Okay? And then I can go this guy here. Of course, log 1 is 0, right? Okay. And then now click in this cell, and let's fill it to the right. Okay. So that, by the way, what I just did there was, if you've got a cell selected, you can move the cell, select more cells, or if you grab that little handle at the bottom there, notice the cursor changes. You can drag it up and down. Let's drag it to the right. And now it did, that's the log of 1 is 0. The log of 0.233 is negative something, right? Because you'd have to raise 10 to a negative power to make it equal to such a small number. Okay? Now, watch this. I can now fill this down. I can grab this and just, with both of them selected, I can just go boom. And I've done it. I've taken the log of all this data, right? Now let's graph this. Select this guy. First off, let's graph the data. Let's just make some guesses about the data, right? Insert a chart. This looks like it's a squared or third. It's a power bigger than 1, right? Because it's curved upward like that. We know for sure. All right, good enough. So let's graph. Let's do the log log graph. Insert chart. Ooh, if you get a straight line, you've got a power function on your hands. I'm just going to say, that's what it means. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to put a formula through this, a trend line in this data. Okay. So if that toolbar goes away, click on the graph, click the 3 dots, edit chart, go over here to customize, and then go to series, and then scroll down, and you'll see a thing that says trend line. So click that. That brings up, oh, look at that. You can change the color of the line, all that stuff. And then what we want to do is we want to label it with the equation. Should we show the r squared? R squared's quite good. Right? It's not at 1 because I actually added a little bit of random error to these things, so it wouldn't look like this perfect thing. Right? So there it is. So notice that 2.02 is our slope. So what I did was I used 2. This is a squared thing. Right? So this is like 1/2 AT squared or something like that, right? I used a 2. We got 2.02, so that's pretty close. And then the log of our this is our y-intercept, right? Okay, that is the log of a. So if we raise 10 to the negative 0.648, we'll get what a is. So let's go back. Let's take a look. Okay, so we know that n is 2.02, and we know that this is negative 0.648. So this is easy. N is 2, probably, right? And I'll give you a clue. I only chose things that were multiples of 1/2. Which is what naturally occurs in physics, right? You get square roots, you get squareds, you could get 1.5, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so n is 2, and then log a is is negative 0.648. So that means A is 10 to the negative 0.648. So let's do this. 10 raised to the 0.648. Whoops, I got to make that negative. Insert negativeness. I'm getting, what I get for A is I get A is equal to 0.2249. Okay? I'll tell you that I used 0.23 for A. Okay, so we got pretty close, but because of the random error, we're a little bit off, and that's just life. Okay, so when you go back to your spreadsheet, okay, you're going to type in, I don't care if you type in 2.02, I'm going to type a 2 there, and then I'm going to type 0.225, right? There we go. And I'm done, you're done. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to linearize data.